180. Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast. Episode 180. If I'm not mistaken, that I was just told by my producer. If I'm wrong, it's his fault.
It is 180. Yep.
So, for those who don't know, my name is Eddie. On my left, we have my co-host Jay. And behind the cameras, or he has his own camera, but behind the scenes is Miguel.
Yo.
El Miggy. So we're talking about photography, actually, guys. Before we hopped on the pod, we'll get into that conversation in a second. But I do want to make sure to mention our official sponsors: the UFC Gym Largo and Vitality Wellness Center. And check those things out, guys. UFC Gym Largo and Pinellas Park, actually, because Pinellas
And
Park
if you follow
just
me,
started their
yep,
pre-sale.
Yep. If you follow my reels or follow my account, you'll see a bunch of. I started posting more reels and things like that on my stories, so you'll see how the gym is coming along.
I can't wait to see what that one looks like when it's done.
Bro, that one is gonna be badass.
Just give my phone whenever you get a second. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't want to interrupt the whole entire
yeah, it's all
podcast
good.
just for
It's
my
all
phone.
good. It's a conversation,
I
dog.
caught
Don't
the
worry.
attention of everyone in the room, apparently.
Everyone, all three of us. Huh?
And the Holy Spirit.
I can't wait to see what that gym's gonna look like. Not because I don't know if it'll necessarily. I think it's gonna look cooler
It is.
than
I think
Largo
so too.
because of the two-story aspect.
Yeah.
I think it'll look cooler.
It's
once
gonna
they-
be more cozy. It damn near has about the same amount of space, but it's gonna be cozy.
I think
and
it's like
everything is more
20,000.
23, or
Really?
it's like
No, I
only
don't think-
2,500. It's only 2,500 square feet smaller than Largo.
Okay, so about 2,200, 2,500,
Yeah.
23. Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
they're over there in Largo. They're about 25,000.
Yeah, and everything is like, isolated. Everyone's gonna have their own little space that they can like
Yeah.
own. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see until that gym is done, because that's gonna look really cool. Shout out J.R. Smith, the guy that is running that. He's gonna be J.R. Ridge. Sorry,
J.R.
I said
Ridge.
that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
J.R.
like
Ridge,
I said
Lion,
that
We're
wrong.
talking
J.R.
about the
Lion
basketball
Ridge.
player.
J.R. Ridge, the general manager of the UFC gym Pinellas Park. He's gonna
And
be
Jesse,
running the show over
Jesse's
there.
running the operations.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and
Nice.
bro, I love that girl, man. The other day I saw that she already had sat down, bunch of lists of events that are happening. She's ready to go, gung ho,
Yeah.
like hungry, 2 months ahead of time. Like they're doing I think this Sunday.
They already have her on board doing stuff.
Yeah, bro.
That's weird because they usually don't like when pre-sale.
What they're gonna go to the
For-
events? She's coordinating all that.
Yeah, but that's not really operations coordinates that. Operations.
She's taking an operation job seriously.
I
like,
know, but I'm saying like, I mean, good for her. I mean, great
Yeah.
that she's doing more than she has to or whatever, right? I mean, to make this gym succeed, you got to go to those events and do
Yeah.
all that stuff. That has to happen.
She had events, bro, at the wazoo.
But from what I remember, they were like, when during pre-sale, they only hire like the general manager and then the sales.
Yeah.
Right? And then as the gym opens, they
Uh,
go hiring the rest.
By the way, guys, this Saturday, Dean Lister is gonna be doing a seminar. You better fucking show up.
I might not be there.
It's Dean Lister, bro.
I know.
You
but I
cancel
might
all
not
the
be.
plans, all the weddings, all the baby showers, all the funerals.
It's a boat day with a new jet ski.
Yeah, Dean Lister.
See, the thing is I can go catch.
I love how you went to the extreme of if there's a funeral, if their wedding, if a newborn, doesn't matter, cancel it. Your wife is having a baby, fuck that.
Boat day.
Dean Lister's
You know,
there.
you're
Jet
gonna
ski.
you're gonna have the opportunity.
Fishing and no sweaty dudes.
Yeah, you're gonna get that. Literally, you can have that every weekend.
You're still gonna have
Yeah.
sweaty dudes.
I mean, yeah, but they're not hugging me.
That's true.
You love it when sweaty dudes hug you. Keep jujitsu gay.
Keep what are you fucking Craig Jones out here?
Yeah, bruh.
I'm gonna get. You know what, Jay? If I got you a shirt that said "Keep Jiu-Jitsu Gay," you'd
I'd
wear it.
wear it.
You'd
No.
wear it.
I'd wear it.
I-
Okay.
I-
All right.
I would get him the new one that he's rocking, the El Segundo, because he's the second gay one
Else.
after Craig.
El Segundo.
El Segundo.
And then
Oh,
you can be
shit.
El Segundo, keep jujitsu gay. I don't care.
On the back, like the it'll be like a jersey that says El Segundo on the front. It'll say "Keep Jiu-Jitsu Gay."
You can't do the El Segundo. I don't know, maybe because El Segundo is he actually has El Segundo in the back of his thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if he sells the actual thing, he sold the Keep Jiu-Jitsu gay before,
I know he
and
did, and tie
change it
dye
at all.
and everything.
Yeah.
No, man, but I don't know. We'll see this Saturday. What time is it at?
I don't know. I wish I knew, but I'm going to guess it's gonna be right around afternoonish.
It's no. It's in gi or no gi.
No gi. Still Lister, bro. It's gonna
All
be
right,
regular.
you
seminar.
kind of bomb me like a little bit there. The fact that it's no gi. Because if it were gi, I'd be like, I don't know about
No,
that
it's
one."
no good. Dean Lister, just to give you an idea, Dean Lister basically was competing, and then he took like a hiatus. He left, and then came back and mopped the floor with everyone in ADCC. Why? Because he was the first one that brought the leg locks in, and he was just tapping everyone left and right, and nobody could do anything about it. So he brought the whole game of leg locks into jujitsu. And his thing that he was the guy that said, why would you avoid rest of the 50% of the body, right? So yeah,
El
so
Segundo. What does that mean though? Like you're saying
second, he's the second one, right? He's the second best in the world.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah. And no one will argue with him about that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I don't know. Did you see where not Craig, but Gordon came out and said like that anything Craig does that he can't beat, he just goes and like belittles. Like Gordon was, it sounded like to me he was reaching hard, like to find like psychological problems with Craig, and Craig's out here just
No,
doing nose beers,
it's just
chilling.
so I think Craig Jones is more popular not only with jujitsu guys, but just outside of jujitsu also. People
Well, yeah,
that
he went and grappled the chick that my dad and doctor sat through and watched it. You think
Yeah.
we're gonna watch a Gordon Ryan? They don't care who Gordon Ryan goes against.
yeah, no.
He wrestled the dude. He wrestled the girl, bro.
Yeah.
Like, everyone watched that shit.
And not only that, he's just funny. The shit that he does is funny. An average person can relate. So he actually took this whole social media game to another level as far as jujitsu goes, right? Everyone that kind of does jujitsu, like I don't follow Gordon Ryan on internet. I mean on Instagram.
It's not a good follow. I'll be honest.
Whether it's good or bad, I don't
It's not a
follow him.
good
I
follow.
don't follow him. But
It's-
Craig Jones, I do.
Gordon Ryan, that's not a good follow. I'll be honest. I follow him. I see most of the shit he posts, and it's all girls half naked. For that flip flop brand
Gordon Ryan
that
on
he helps advertise.
Toe hold.
Something like that. I don't. It's like they're
I
these.
know which one you're talking about.
They're
Because
these nice ass expensive leather chanclas, bro.
they're like $400.
Yeah, man.
$400 for a flip. Fuck
bro,
out
I
of here,
wasn't-
man.
I wasn't kidding when
What
I
is
said
this? Pull it
expensive.
up. Pull it up real quick.
I wasn't kidding, and that's all he posts, bro. Is that or like him him saying shit about Nikki and
Yeah.
this guy.
This
Or-
is
or
$400.
or
No,
po- a
more,
lot of
actually.
political stuff.
$7,000.
These are
Whoa.
a bit
Himalayan crocodile. That's why.
I don't give a shit what it is.
gray elephant.
You gonna be stepping on that. That shit not gonna be there anymore.
Bro. You
Nah,
gotta be
man, get the
kidding me.
fuck out. Get the
$1,000
fuck
fucking
out.
chanclas.
No,
And
bro,
we thought
sorry.
Yeezy was crazy selling his shit for like $100. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I mean he's not Kanye West. How the fuck you gonna sell $1,000? Like, I'm sorry, bro.
and you're not even Kanye, right?
Like, you know, like you gotta really
but
like
he-
Trump
he-
to spend $500
He
for
is the
flip-flops.
Kanye of his industry.
But are these like single, one only type of deal?
What do you mean? You think
Like, go
he's-
click on it. Like, you
think they
buy
gotta give
one
you
and that's
multiple?
it. Go down. Is there like sizes you choose from? Women's? No, they got sizes. So obviously they have. Like, why would you buy a flip flop that's like $500 and there's like people wearing it? Like, I don't get that.
Well, there's not many people that are gonna be wearing these.
yeah, but nobody
yeah,
gives
but
a fuck.
still.
They're still flip flops.
I can see how the string is gonna be gone within the
Okay,
first month of
this
me
brings-
wearing
Well, they're
it.
apparently like
This brings up the question.
like unbreakable or some shit.
This brings up the question: what is the right amount of money to pay for some flip flops?
It depends.
Okay,
Flip flops?
flip flops, yes.
It depends.
I don't wear flip flops. So, and two, I've never purchased a pair of actual flip flops.
Okay.
Only purchased slides and Crocs, right? So, but
I-
basing
I
it on
ha-
that
I
same,
I have paid for flip flops myself, and I have paid a considerable amount for a lot of people for some flip flops.
you fucked up.
I
so-
have paid for some Olukais, which are about $80 to $100 approximately.
The most I paid was $60.
See,
for
but like you're
flip-flops.
telling you,
They're very durable though.
okay, they're leather, aren't they?
I don't know if they're leather. I can pull them up for you.
See
They
if
have
you can pull
some
them up.
type of
Because, like,
cushioning.
You're telling me like if these were
I think
$80, I'd be like, okay, that's still expensive for my taste, but I can see how people would still
Yeah.
buy it if it's really really good quality. I mean,
These are actually the ones that I actually have. Okay. Yep. So these are the ones. These
Oh,
are
you
the,
got the fucking sports mode shits, bro. Look at that.
these are the Olukai.
Yeah, they got grip and everything. These all terrains.
Yeah, these are the all terrain. No, these are the real fishing flip flops. Like,
No, see, the most I paid for flip flops was $60, and they were orthotic flip flops.
I was gonna say
like
50.
support your
I was gonna
foot
say
and-
$50.
Look, when a
Yeah.
beaner gets money,
beaner.
he gets a good pair of fucking flip flops.
Bro, are you really a beaner though? You're
What
not.
do you mean? I'm 100% a beaner.
No, you're not, bro.
Yes,
You're
I
like
am. Both parents are beaners. With one beaner plus one beaner equals a beaner.
no, bro. You're more like you're more like arroz imperial type or like croquetas. You know what I mean?
Imperial is Spanish, dickhead.
Is it?
Just because Nomita makes it doesn't mean it's Cuban, bro.
Hmm. Well, that's right. In Cuba, they ain't got too much food to make, so it's kind of different.
That's
I'm
fucked
sure
up.
you can find it. If you pay the right price, you can find it.
But bro, like
No, I'm saying the dish is not Cuban. It's
Oh,
the
let's
Spanish
bring
dish.
this up. From,
Bro,
now,
if
from
it-
now on, you might not be able to find no imperial, no,
No.
regular rice, no, nothing. Because
none
there's
of that
no
shit.
energy,
no pobre
bro.
rice, nothing.
No, there's
Oh,
no
you've heard about
energy
that?
right
yeah,
now.
of course.
Tell us about what's going on in your country.
I
Miggy.
believe it's about 3 days now, and the whole entire country is blacked out. Havana has been able to restore power for about 2 to 3 hours a day, but the whole entire country is
So-
currently in a blackout.
So I know a little bit about this. So what's happening is that the island is divided into two parts when it comes to electricity. When one part goes out, the other part steps in to supply electricity to the rest of the island, right?
Mhm.
But now both
I
grids
know-
went down.
I know in Mariel where I went, right? There's that big ass port there. right?
Yeah, and
so,
that's where they have the ships.
So yeah, and actually the people who run all that shit is Turkish.
yeah.
They're all Turks.
So all those
Uh,
things, all those ships went down. Dark.
Yeah. So I remember we were there. We were sitting at the port, and I was sitting there having a beer with my girlfriend's cousin's boyfriend, right? And he was telling me like, yeah, all that, right? All those ships you see over there, that's what gives us power.
But let me ask you this: is this hurricane related? That's why they went out.
No,
No,
it wasn't even
fuel
because
related.
Of the,
Fuel related.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard it was fuel related. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Let me look it up to look a little bit more into it.
I heard it was fuel related. They don't have fuel right now. Which
Let me look it up here in AP.
Which is a really
AP
bad
News,
thing.
I feel like it's a
So
little
while
bit
he's
more-
looking up-
not only does this, cause this blackout over Cuba, but it actually prevents a lot of money coming to Cuba. The reason
Yeah.
I say this is because all these Turks come over and they live there, and they spend a lot of money because they make a lot more money than the average Cuban does,
Yeah.
right? Like a family member of Emily's was telling me about how they have a house that basically when some of the older family members started to pass away, they
Dogs
Oh,
playing with the
Oh
toy.
my, I'm just like, what is that? When some of the older family members passed away, grandma ended up just moving in with daughter and her son and wife, right? And so they took grandma's house and rented it out to a group of like 4 Turks, and they make a lot of money. And I mean, a lot of money not to us, but to them, bro.
Yeah.
Like they live really, really well
Yeah.
compared to other people, and like, you can see it like going to their house and stuff like that, like. And when there's no fuel and no work, those Turks go back, and those Cubans are gonna lose that money.
Mm.
So I can see how that's gonna influence them a lot too,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are doing that too, like making money off of those Turkish people that are coming in.
Yeah, but then again, like how long has it been out? So I don't know if they're gonna send them home for 3 days and then send them back. You know what
No,
I mean?
but
It
I
might be
think
they're
that-
working.
I think that you could see like where it comes long spouts of time that if it does happen, the Turks are gonna be like, well, I ain't got no work. I'm gonna have to go and look for
Yeah,
work
yeah, if
elsewhere.
it's longer, yeah. But see, like I wanted to answer Miggy's question. Like, I think the most you would spend on a flip flop is, let's say you're on a vacation and you're used to certain type of a lifestyle, certain type of brands when you're buying. That would be the time that you would go to the store. Let's say you're used to buying, I don't know, Burberry, Louis Vuitton shit. Like you're going directly to that store. It's like, oh, by the way, I need flip flops. So you just grab one off the shelf. You know what I mean? And just like, here, run these flip flops. And that's the only time I see you would spend a ton of money on flip flops. But you gotta have the lifestyle where it's like fuck you money. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. If I was like a captain on a boat and I was someone that liked to wear flip flops, because a lot of these guys wear, what are those little boots called again? The
Yeah.
Extra tough boots,
yeah
deck boots.
deck
Yeah,
deck boots. There you go.
Sperry's have them and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So if you're not a guy that likes to wear deck boots, right, and you're a captain and you're constantly on the water, I could see why a good pair of flip flops would be an investment because, bro, good shoes make a massive difference on your back, homie. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like just go grab some $30 pair.
Yeah,
You know,
but
I
you
would
can.
see myself spending the 150 like Miggy did on those nice flip flops that look comfortable to be able to wear all day,
I
But
will
like,
every
say
day.
they do take a little bit to break in as well, because they're very rugged at first, but you got to break them in. The sole gets kind of
Kosher.
molded to your foot.
I would like to get some flip flops, but the only problem I have is the not learning curve, but I guess the
The
building the tolerance to
to
that
the
shit in between
yeah,
your foot. Because I heard like
it takes time.
it takes time and it hurts at first.
Yeah, at first. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't want to have to do that. I
But
think
like,
Crocs
look,
are good
if you
enough for
buy
me.
like a good pair of reefs for $30, those are designed for you to wear them on a deck of the boat, and those reefs come in with very cushion. Like you don't have to break them in, nothing. Like $30, you get a pair of reefs and you're good to
See, but
go.
that's what I find an issue with things that are too soft. They compress over time and
No,
become real hard.
so reefs have two or three actually kinds, right? They have ones with the little cushions, that like little air cushion inside. Then they have regular flat ones that are a little harder, and then they have the ones that are like medium soft. They're not really soft, but they're good enough for your foot to feel the softness, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Crocs. I like Crocs, man. They're comfortable as shit. They are durable. They float. You lose them on the water and they'll float.
I
So
if I were to buy, I my thing is with Yeezys. I think Yeezy is probably the most comfortable, like that type of a footwear that I've ever worn. The
I feel
little
like
slides.
the Crocs that I bought recently, the clog ones that have the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
real soft part. I feel like they're
They're
similar as
yeah,
soft as
very
the
similar.
Yeezys. Maybe the Yeezys might be a little softer, but at that point
Yeah.
we're
So apparently, bro, like
doing
I
too
just
much.
noticed by doing jujitsu that I've started developing a bunion on my foot. I've never had that issue. And I don't know whether it's because of wearing those Adidas Ultra Boosts, because they're higher on the back and they're very flat and thin in the front.
Mm-mm.
That's why it's giving. Because I don't know what.
The bunion comes from the squeeze of the foot. So what's happening is in jujitsu is you're putting a lot of pressure on that side of your toe.
Maybe.
And bro, all these black belts have that shit. Every single one,
Yeah.
every single black belt I've
Could
met
be.
has their fucking toe like this.
Yeah.
Every
Could be.
single one.
Could be because I do invert a lot, when I'm like
I'm
trying to
running
get in
into
the
the
back,
issue.
but
I
not
I
really.
was on a shoot the other day, right? It's going to segue back into our original conversation that we were having. I wanted to have about photography, but I was on a shoot the other day, and I went to go kneel down, right? And I
Mhm.
left my foot pressed against. I didn't put my foot flat, right? I left my toes propped, right, when I kneeled to that one leg. And I noticed because of jujitsu, both of my fucking big toes are
Fucked up.
shot, bro. Like they were messed up. So like I couldn't. I was there like with the toe bent, and at first it didn't bother me. After like 2 minutes of crouching doing that, my toe was killing me,
Yeah.
killing me. And I don't know, and I it just always gets caught up. No matter if it's flat or even sometimes like with my toe facing down, like still gets messed up all the time in jujitsu. And
The
it's like the one injury that anytime it happens, I like just kind of brush over, and then
Yeah.
the next day I'm like, damn, my foot's fucked.
Those usually happen when I hit like when you're off you going at it and then off the mat and you just goes bang right on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah, you
That's when
jam it real hard.
Yeah, that's when it fucking hurts.
That happened to
like a
me when
motherfucker.
Corey slammed me for the video. Well, not slammed, threw me for that
Yeah.
video. It was funny because my mom's like, "They threw you hard, huh? What's hurting?" And I was like, "Really, the only thing that hurt was my toe. That's really the only thing that I hit."
But you
And
know what's
afterwards,
the
like,
funny
damn.
part? Like, you don't realize how much you use your toes until you fuck them up, or like your fingers until you fuck them up, and then you're like, bro, like this hand is useless. This foot is useless,
Yeah.
and it's just a toe, you know?
It's
Yeah.
like peeling a little bit of your skin on like your fingers, and
Yes.
you just regret that for the rest of the day.
Yes. Or rest of the week, especially if it's on a knuckle.
I mean, shit. I've had this for 2 weeks now. This shit on my finger. That shit opened up so fast when I was doing the.
Yeah.
It was not jujitsu. It was during the hurricane. I was raking,
Yeah.
bro. And the funny part is the blister formed and ripped open by the time I even noticed it happened. And I was only raking for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. This just shows us how fucking pussy hands we got. You know what I mean? This shit
No,
would not
fuck
happen
you and your
50,
pussy
60
hands. I did
years ago.
construction 6 years, asshole.
Yeah, but then
I
your
got-
skin gets rough, but then it's like, oh, I don't need it to be rough anymore. So now let me go back to soft.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But another thing, have you noticed your foot get wider as you do more jujitsu?
Your foot?
Yeah, your foot gets wider. Yeah, like your toe box gets wider. My toe box has gotten wider.
I don't know. I don't know how that could happen.
From jujitsu constantly having
Recently,
flip flops and constantly being barefoot, my toes started like
you
the toe
definitely
box started getting
when
Yeah,
you
wider.
M
stop
in the
wearing
chat. What's up, M?
when you stop wearing shoes and go around more barefoot, your feet definitely do become wider. I'll say this though, my feet have shrunk in width only I think because I lost like 20 pounds recently, 25 pounds. So I recently put on some shoes that were used to be a little tight on me, but not like in length, but in width.
Yeah, yeah.
And I put them on and it felt better.
Better. Yeah.
We were talking about photography. We were also talking about Cuba. Before we move on to photography, let's hit up this topic
Yeah.
real
Let's
quick.
let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
what's
So-
going on over there?
I chose AP News because I feel like they're
They're pretty non-biased. Yeah.
Havana, AP, a small town in far eastern Cuba, was recovering Tuesday from a flooding that killed at least 6 people after Hurricane Oscar crossed the island eastern coast as tropical storm with winds and heavy rain. Cuba's capital was partially illuminated Monday night after a large-scale blackout generated a handful of protests and a stern government warning that any unrest would be punished.
Damn.
Wait, Oscar? When did Oscar come through?
They've been getting hit the whole entire hurricane season.
Yeah, they've been getting smashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There haven't been like crazy huge ones, but they've been getting smacked.
Sorry, we've been worried about the ones
Yeah,
here.
actually, they would get smacked by these.
We've also been getting smacked. So-
Yeah, they've been getting smashed by these. A lot of tropical
storms,
tropical
depressions.
storms and depressions and like category 1s and stuff, and then it will like go to category 1 and 2, and then it'll slow down on it and then get in the water again and speed up again.
Yeah. Okay. Continue,
They
me. I'm
said
sorry.
President Miguel Diaz-Canel said on state television that rescue and recovery work continued in the town of San Antonio del Sur, and officials had yet to enter some flooded areas. That country has completely halted, said homemaker Maide Quiñones, 55, who cares for her mother-in-law who is in her 80s. This hurts everyone, but the elderly most of all. The Cuban government has a low tolerance for civil disobedience, and Diaz-Canel warned on national television Sunday that we are not going to allow any vandalism or let anyone disturb people's tranquility. The prolonged nationwide blackout that followed a massive outage Thursday night was part of countrywide energy problems that led to the large protests in Cuba in almost 30 years in July 2021. Those were followed by smaller local protests in October 2022 and March 2024. All part of a deep economic crisis that prompted the exodus of more than 500,000 Cubans to the U.S., with thousands more heading to Europe. The Cuban government and its allies blamed the United States' 62-year-old trade embargo on the island for its economic problems, but White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Monday that the Cuban government's long-term mismanagement of its economic policy and resources has certainly increased the hardship of people in Cuba.
You ain't lying.
Not wrong.
Bro, y'all sound like y'all like 30 years too late, homie.
Yeah, and they just keep going back.
Like, and this whole shit, like, go back up that quote from the president, which of course was translated to English. Scroll down a little bit.
The country, no.
No, go down.
A little more. It was this section right here,
there.
where he says, "We're not going to allow any vandalism or let anyone disturb people's tranquility." Brother, you people haven't had tranquility in a long
As
time.
fucking time, man. What y'all talking
Long
about?
time. Like, and the whole thing about we're not going to allow any vandalism. I mean,
Bro, there's nothing
not
to
much
vandalize,
more to
bro.
vandalize.
Like buildings falling apart. What the fuck they gonna vandalize? They done took all the copper
thank you.
and
Thank you
aluminum.
for saying that. I didn't want to have to go in more, but
There's not
Bro.
much more, bro.
how you gonna vandalize
Are you
someone's concrete box?
Are you gonna?
What are you gonna do? They're already living in a concrete box, bro.
Well, there's a concrete box. If it's still concrete, maybe you can scrape off some of it. That shit's already done falling apart. I don't know, man. They're fucking.
That's
Well,
crazy.
And this article is trying to paint a picture like if this is all recent, their economic situation and all this shit. Wild. Go visit, brother. They're not playing dominoes like that. So happy. I tell you
Yeah,
that.
they're
Not all the time.
definitely not doing that.
So it says power remains relatively cheap but increasingly unavailable. The Cuban government on state television Monday night said that it's producing 1,300 megawatts.
That
when
ain't
peak
shit.
Demand can hit 3
Look, stop
gigawatts.
for a minute. So 1,300 megawatts, right? So the generators we had to get, like the one you got, was 6,500 kilowatts. So megawatts is basically just multiply that by 1,000. So basically 500 generators like yours. That's what they're talking about. Not even. No,
pretty
I'm
crazy,
sorry.
dude.
That's not even 500 generators. Divide that, like what? 6,500 is 4 times less. So it's 250 generators like yours would produce the megawatts. Bruh,
Sheesh.
250 generators, that's it.
When peak demand can hit 3
Gigawatts.
You know what this brought me back to when you said that? All those times we were fucking lighting up because there was no energy. So we had the blackout and we would use fire lanterns, like oil lanterns.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
we would use those. So that's
Bro.
what they're probably using now. They probably pulled out the antiques.
Well, no, just think about it. He's talking about 3 gigawatts in a peak. But there are days that you don't have electricity for like hours that goes out and things like that. So their peak of 3 just for the hell of it. Can you Google Florida's electricity consumption in gigawatts?
Florida's total electricity generation in 2022 was 258,910
Total
gigawatts
generation in
hours.
2022, right? Divide that number by 356. So let's say that's 356. So that's a gigawatt a day.
You want me to
A thousand
you want me to-
gigawatts a day.
You said you want me to divide the 258?
No, it's fine. It's
That's
just
1,000
average it out.
gigawatts a day, bro. You're talking about 1,000 gigawatts versus 3,000 versus 3, man. That's the
What
dumbest
does
shit
the-
I've ever
what does
heard.
the Tampa Bay use?
Yeah, just use. Let's do a city.
No, Tampa Bay. I'll do Tampa Bay.
Yeah, do Tampa Bay.
On August 9, 2023, Tico customers used 4,754 megawatts of electricity,
No,
setting an all-time summer peak load record. This record was set during a period of extreme heat, with temperatures in Tampa Bay.
yeah,
area
that's
reaching
just a
96 degrees.
city using 4,754 megawatts. One city. We're talking about entire fucking country of Cuba.
What's the population?
Do Miami.
What's
Miami
the
will come
population
closer.
in Tampa again?
But I think they're saying like 800,000 or something like that. Not even. So not
300,000.
even that. Dude, that's why do
But
Tampa
that's
Bay.
Tampa, yeah, not
Do Tampa Bay or do Miami because that's gonna be closer.
like the moment you get to Riverview, it changed. Like,
Yeah,
it's
do
no-
that. Do that. Tampa Bay consumption. What are we looking at here? 4,000. No, that's just one day. 1,000,000.
Scroll up. What does it
What
say
is
right
it?
there at the bottom?
1.9.
Florida is the third largest energy consumer after Texas, California. The average Florida household consumes
No, that's
about
Florida.
58 megawatt hours of electricity.
Do
in a
do
year.
Miami. Do Miami.
I mean, I think we got the point here. Like, there's no, they're not getting enough
Yeah.
power, bro. Like,
That's kilowatt. Bro.
But the thing is, it's not even about attaining the generators. It's about the infrastructure itself is just fucked,
Yes.
and they don't have the supplies to be able to fix that.
No, that's what I'm saying. And they're saying like, oh, look, they need 3 gigawatts. And that's like, they're not even hitting the numbers. I'm like, motherfucker, like if you actually considered it being a normal city or even like a normal country, that number would be like astronomically bigger.
It says many of Havana's 2 million people resorted to cooking with improvised wood stoves on the streets before their food went bad in refrigerators. People lined up to buy subsidized food, and a few gas stations were open. The failure of the Antonio Guterres plant on Friday was the latest problem with energy distribution in a country where electricity has been restricted and rotated among different regions at different times. The blackout was considered to be Cuba's worst since Hurricane Ian hit the island as Category 3 storm in 2022 and damaged power installations. It took days for the government to fix them. Local authorities initially said the outage stemmed from increased demand from small and medium-sized companies and residential air conditioners. Later, the blackout got worse because of breakdowns in old thermoelectric plants that haven't been properly maintained and lack of fuel to operate some facilities.
So there you have it. There you have it, folks. I think it was just a chain event where one thing goes out and then the other things cannot keep up. They're
I was
taking
just
a
telling
shit.
Eddie about that, dude. It just doesn't fucking stop. Like once your fridge breaks, your AC breaks, and then
Yeah.
your fucking tiles go bad or some shit, and you gotta
Yeah.
get those replaced.
Well, this whole thing, at the Largo gym when the electricity went out, that big sticker of in the back wall of what's the name, BJ Penn, started peeling off from the heat. They have to come back and fix it. It's literally peeled off.
shit.
And the ones on the front, those
That's a sick decal.
yeah, the ones in the front with the UFC fighters, those are bubbling up.
Oh, the ones of the pay-per-views? The
Yeah,
banners?
they're bubbling
oh,
up.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
that
To me,
sucks.
That's my favorite.
They're
that they have.
bubbling up because of the heat. Like there was some air trapped in there because of the heat. It expanded and just pulled the sticking
was
it
due to-
soft.
Or
That
the
was-
humidity too, probably.
Humidity.
That
Yeah.
was due to the hurricane, right?
Yeah,
of the
man.
Yeah.
Low power.
Because otherwise, they would have kept the power on the gym, right?
And you know what the thing is too is that those shits are fresh.
Yeah.
That's the I think the other issue. I think if they were a little older, they had set more for a longer time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
How
have
were
probably
those
been as
set
well.
up there?
Bro?
This
Motherfucker
team
get
came
up
in,
and like think of like how you wrap a car. You're wrapping it. It's like a wrap,
Just on a wall.
Okay.
like a wallpaper, bro. Literally,
Okay.
they're just very very precise about it.
So it just has like a does it not have like a specialized glue on it in the back?
The-
for it to
apparently-
stick better.
I mean, apparently they have to because those walls are like
They
you know.
supposed to.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, but those walls are like this. They're like they're
They
orange
have-
peel,
yeah,
right?
They have that
Orange peel.
What's it called? The
Popcorn type of thing.
No,
Orange
it's,
peel.
They did a
Phosphorus.
very simple orange
porous.
peel.
they're very porous.
They're not
so they don't
porous. They
stick.
have these bumps like
No,
orange
it's not
peel.
like this. This is knockdown.
That's knockdown. Yeah, that's
this is-
knockdown.
This is a lot more than what orange peel is.
Yeah.
Orange peel is exactly what you would think. Like think of how an orange kind of has a flat surface, but it has a slight texture to it.
Mhm.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, porous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has
it's
pores.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the way they do
You're
it,
right.
it's pretty cool. Like they take this big gun, right? It's like it's connected to air, and it's got this gigantic little It's not little. It's pretty big, like a little container that they fill up with them, and then just go.
We've had to use it before. I'm not a big fan
Yeah,
of
I've used it
popcorn.
before.
I'm not a big fan, especially
popcorn-
popcorn ceilings. I
Popcorn
fucking
isn't
hate
used
them.
anymore, really.
Yeah.
So they
Back
have
in
the.
the day,
they
I've
have
had to take that shit off.
Oh.
I want to take it so bad out of my room because
It's not-
sometimes if it
It's not
starts
hard.
falling
It's just
off,
annoying.
yeah.
All you do is you get a sprayer, and you spray that shit
With water.
with very lightly, just so it enough so where the popcorn absorbs, and then you take it and you scrape it off. It comes off real easy once it's moist.
Very quickly. Unless it's been painted, then you're
If it's been painted, it's a little harder.
yeah. If it's been painted, it's a little bit
I'm
harder.
pretty sure it has.
So then you're probably gonna need to
Maybe.
do what most people do, and then you get a
Well, it
bucket of
depends
that.
on how much it's been painted.
Yeah, you get
One
bucket of
coat,
that.
you'll be fine. The
yeah.
water will still penetrate that; it'll go through. Like if it's only been painted one color is what I mean. Like of course,
Yeah.
because when people do things, it's not
You
just
get-
one.
I
coat.
just noticed that
Right, but-
sometimes it does start peeling off, like a little piece will fall by.
Oh, if it's doing that,
Yeah,
the
you should
water
be
trick
okay.
should be
Yeah.
okay.
Otherwise, you would need to get mud, get a fat like
Mud?
mud. They call it mud. The white
Okay.
stuff they call it mud.
Yeah.
the drywall mud.
Yeah.
And then you take a fat roller that'll absorb that, and you just roll it on, and then you gotta come back and scrape it, roll it, scrape it until it all becomes flat. There's
Bro,
no,
what we can
no way around it.
what we can do is scrape it off and you just whatever your room is, we match that texture. Just like in here, it's all knocked down.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
match it, and
I'm
that's
gonna
it.
end up doing it once I finally do decide to paint my whole entire room and shit like that.
Wait,
Whenever
here's
you-
the thing.
Whenever you want to do it, bro, we get it done.
Here's
Not
the
gonna take
thing:
a
you
lot of
can't
work.
do by sections. You have to do the whole thing at once or nothing at all, because then the it won't match.
But it's not like it's
what
the
do you
hard.
what
It's
do
not
you
like
mean,
it's
what
a
do you mean
hard
by
job.
sections? I
So
don't plan
the-
on having the
The only reason he's saying that is it potentially can happen, but I mean at the end of the day you just sand it enough and it's fine.
Yeah.
But what can happen sometimes, Miggy, is
The
when you
pattern
mix
won't match.
when you mix the mud and everything, right? It can basically you're not when if we go to do it a week from now, right? Say we did half now and half later. I'm not gonna know the exact ratio of what we mixed that mud before. I'm
And
gonna
it's-
mix it and be like, all right, that's good consistency. Let's go.
And even if
You know
he
what I mean?
knows the exact ratio, the barometric pressure, the humidity in the air temperature will affect the mud.
Everything. Now, like I told you, at the end of the day, if you're doing something like that, you just sand it enough and you're all good.
Yeah.
Right. But it does. It can make it a little harder. I've heard it. I've heard that it can be a problem. I've never run into it, and I've done a shit ton of drywall.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a problem when we were doing Arthur's wall, but his wall was not popcorn at all. His wall was completely. I'm gonna send you a video actually, Miggy. You can watch how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, I'm pretty sure your walls aren't flat, and flat is the hardest thing to do, right? Because you gotta sand it a shit ton, and then if you're doing like white, right? White, you can see all the shadows, right? So if that shit is not flat, like there can be the smallest divot, and you'll see it.
I heard they used to use popcorn ceilings to be able to mask sound because it absorbs.
I didn't know
better.
that. No, I never heard of why they used it. I always just thought it was disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
You know what-
Horrible.
I don't
You know
think
what's-
it looks great either.
It doesn't look good, and then it ends up falling off, like what's happening with you.
Shit's annoying.
Did you guys know this?
I'm afraid of that shit landing in my drinks. I'm paranoid of that bullshit.
So I just saw a picture and it reminded me of something. You know what's another thing that's pretty like gross, but there's nothing you can do about it? I found out about this about a year or two ago. Apparently some people will get tonsil stones.
Yeah.
You ever heard of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah.
Emily had a big problem until she got her shits removed.
I don't get them really, really, really bad, but sometimes they do form in the back of my mouth.
I've
and
never got them.
And you got to get them out, otherwise your mouth smells like fucking donkey's
Yeah, you-
asshole.
You can see them and you can kind of like pick at them. Sometimes I use like a swab and I kind
Yeah,
of just
that's
look
what
at
they
them.
say.
And
You
just,
can use a cotton swab to
and
kind of get them out. They say you can use a water pick, but you
Mhm.
have to use a water pick that has like a really low
Low pressure.
mode. Yeah, because if not, you can damage your tonsils with the high pressure.
Yeah. Or they use these like tools, special tools, got a little loop on it. They just kind of hook it and pull it
Yeah,
out.
kind of like the pimple shit.
Yeah, kind of like a pimple
dude,
shit.
that thing's
Yeah.
so satisfying.
I hate watching that shit.
I love
Sometimes
watching that.
I'll watch it and I'm like, okay, I'll watch
Bro,
a couple.
if
but
the-
I'm not like my sister and like you people that can sit there and watch it for hours or whatever.
Pimple shit, bro, I think is right up there with the children's cartoons and like children's shows on YouTube, bro. I really think the popularity is right up there with that.
You're not wrong. I mean, look how like hard mukbangs and stuff like that blew up, and I always thought that was disgusting watching people eat and like, oh no,
Oh
you
yeah,
fucking-
no.
you monster, you savage, no.
Bro, have you seen it? The people that started doing that and started getting like notoriety and whatnot, they started gaining weight and now they're all fat and now they're crying. They're like, I don't know what to do with my life because they
Talking
got to
about
like
Nick
just kept...
Avocado, and
Yeah.
Nick Avocado pulled a whole entire stunt on people, and now he's skinny. And
Yeah.
Which one is
So the
that? I
guy
don't
that
know.
was the most famous for that shit, this guy, look him up, Mickey, you'll recognize him. He turned skinny, you know. Yeah, he was really big, and he did like a whole hiatus, and then came.
Yes,
back.
this guy. Yes, this guy.
Yeah, he came back and he's skinny now. Look at that picture right there.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah,
him, man.
lost a bunch of weight,
Good for him.
and then he got back to doing the videos. I think.
Again?
Yeah, I mean, if he can manage his weight, what's wrong with that? Hey man,
Bro.
look at the guy that fucking does the hot dog eating contests. That Asian kid.
it just
He's this
doesn't.
big, bro.
It just doesn't look good, bro.
Now it's not good for your body at the end of the day, right? Like that hot dog kid ain't.
All I'm
healthy.
saying, I
Look at
think he
how he
probably ran out
looks.
of money, man. He ran out of money. Nobody was watching, following his content. He's like, man, I got to
I
get
don't-
back to
I
making
don't-
money.
I
It
don't
doesn't
think
look
so.
healthy. It doesn't look like it's good in the long term. It's not good.
What you saying? The big him or small him?
The way he looks, the small him, he doesn't look good. You know?
He looks
don't know, I
sickly,
think-
yeah. He looks sickly, like no
Yeah.
color in his face and stuff.
Yeah.
He definitely looks lighter, and then I think him shaving his hair doesn't help on that. What you're saying, Miggy, but I don't know. I mean, he doesn't look like his shoulders don't look scrawny to the point where he's
Look
like.
at his eyes are kind of like
Put that picture where it says 2020 and
super-
2024.
super wide and droopy. What do you say?
The
That
picture
2020,
under
yeah,
the
that.
first one.
I mean, he doesn't look too bad in this
Yeah.
picture.
He grew his hair back. Yeah, he looks normal, bro.
Yeah, that one doesn't look too bad.
It was the lighting, bro.
I guess it's the
Could be a
thumbnail
lot.
He
that
didn't-
they chose, bro. They fucked it. They fucked him.
He didn't edit it correctly, bro.
Bro, look at the size of that food plate, man. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Like, where? How? In what
I don't
world?
think he eats all that shit, man. I
N-
mean,
ri-
maybe before he did. Yeah, he lost a lot of fucking weight.
And it was him with like bunch of guys crying, and there was a girl that did the videos with him too. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of excessive amounts of food.
Well, they're saying apparently that's like a mental thing. Not the ones that eat, but the ones that like people that are bigger. They literally will feed these people until they fucking die. Like it's a thing.
Yeah, Canada has assisted suicide. Oh, which maybe we shouldn't have
Yeah.
said that, but
No, we I think we talked about this.
oh,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. We've talked about like
It just came up in the recent Kill Tony
Assistant
episode.
self-deletion, yeah. Well, we had it in United States. Well,
that was actually a topic in my class today. Which
Yeah.
was weird.
we had it today in United States. The guy's name was Dr. Kevorkian, and he got his license removed, got put in prison and whatnot. He was doing that in United States, so they pretty much like put him to jail for
Something
that.
cool is today.
Hmm.
First day back in a classroom since 2019, spring of 2019.
How did that go?
Weird, very weird. I mean, there's only 6 of us in there.
Yeah.
Seven, including the teacher, in this big ass. Like,
How old were the kids?
one of the guys was the kids.
They're kids
one,
to you?
one of the, well,
So-
one of them
some
was
people
definitely
in there
like
are
fresh out of high
dads.
school. I think.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe one or two of them, maybe three, were fresh out of high school. There was a girl that was sitting behind me that she was probably a little older than me, maybe like 25, 26, or maybe my age, right? I think she's definitely in her 20s though. There was this one kid that was saying the funniest shit. He was definitely like 18, 19, under 20 years old. And then there was a 62-year-old gentleman in there.
Nice.
That
What class is this?
It's entrepreneurial management, something
Okay.
like that. I think that's what it is. I'm
How do you go to a class and not know what it is?
Bro, this was hilarious. The 60-year-old guy, he saw me in the hallway when I was walking class. He comes to me, he goes, "Hey man, what class are you going to?" And I go, "Sir, if I told you, I'd be lying. Let me check." And I just told him I'm going to this classroom for like a entrepreneurial management class. I think I said that without even really knowing for sure, right? He's like, yeah, it's that one. And so I walk over to class with him. The teacher's I can't guess how old she is without maybe insulting, but she's probably mid to late 30s, early 40s, I'd say.
Why would that be insulting?
Because at first I was gonna say I guess a little higher. You know,
Guess higher, man.
I don't think she's 50. She might be, but I don't think she
Okay,
is.
most university teachers are about that age.
Interesting though, because she designed the whole entrepreneurial program.
Yeah,
that they have at
she's in her
SPC.
50s.
Which was
Pull her up,
interesting to hear.
pull her up. SPC
No,
entrepreneurial program.
No. We're
Why?
not pulling up my professor.
Why not?
No.
Why not,
We're
bro?
not doing that.
People need to know this lady did a big job and created
Well,
the whole
good for her.
entrepreneurship
Good for
section.
her.
Yeah, I want her to be famous.
Yeah. It's my first day in class, Jay. I'm not gonna
Dox her.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Even if it's whatever amount of viewers we have, I'm good. Yeah. But it was interesting. I got put on blast for most of the class
Why?
because I was the dickhead who decided to answer questions that led to 30 more questions. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So talking about business plan and stuff like that. And bro, I had already answered a bunch of questions, like one-offs, right? But then it got more and more deep into the lecture. And it wasn't really a lecture. There were so many tangents that went off. Like I know who
Everybody's segued.
I know who everyone's in that room is voting for almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
And it wasn't like they told us, but like
Is it a 50-50 or are we in Trump country? We're in Kamala country? Where we at?
in that room, I think we're in. It's a 50-50, not including me. 50-50,
So-
I think.
Okay.
50-50.
So all the
And you know
women are
what's funny?
going Kamala and all the men are
I was
going
just about
Trump?
to say that. Yeah. In reality, if I were to cause my prejudgments, which I don't really get. I'm not 100% sure on this.
Yeah.
With some of them, I am. With some of them, I'm 100%
Yeah.
sure, but not all of them.
Well,
I would
did
say,
they-
yeah. The
Here's the thing: do they have pink hair or don't?
no. The three dudes I think would probably be Trump guys, and then the three girls I think would be like for Kamala.
Oh, so you're the splitting vote. Like you get to decide what the class can be now. Is it a Democrat class or a Republican class? You're the one.
No, the
You
class
hold the
has more
power.
people. The class has more people, but she said that some of the students had emailed her about like not being able to make it into class with still stuff with the hurricane, this and that. I
What?
don't know. And then I figured out that I don't.
Got all your shit done outside. What do you mean? Like this is a fucking excuse at this point.
So class was interesting though, and yeah, we went off on a bunch of tangents, like an insane amount of tangents, talking about like you were saying, what was it that you had just said? Assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Right. Because we went off on like what is it called? Do not resuscitate and stuff like that. Talking about that, and it was funny though, because yeah, at first it was just like one-off questions, right?
Let me ask you this: would you have a do not resuscitate on your thing?
Do not resuscitate.
At a certain-
Before
at a
you answer the question, both of you boys. Before you answer the question, I'm gonna add this caveat: you both do jujitsu. Now go ahead and answer the question.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting a do not resuscitate. No.
Yeah, you're getting choked out. Why would you have a do not resuscitate? You're out there passed out. No, we can't resuscitate him.
I don't tap even on
Yeah,
paper.
I don't-
Even on paper.
I
don't
feel like
quit.
after a certain age, I would.
Maybe after a certain age.
After like I'm like 95, 96.
Yeah, I gotta
around
be
there,
late.
bro.
No,
I gotta be late
like at this-
80s,
Yeah,
early
at this
90s.
point, if you're shitting in your
fucked.
pants and you're a
And not
burden,
only
yeah.
not only do I have to be late 80s, early 90s. If I've got kids, and they've got a couple, I'd hope they be married so I can experience that. Like if they have a couple, I want to experience grandkids. Like if I got all my experiences done, I'm old as fuck, damn near a vegetable. Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, if you,
Right.
I mean, shit in your pants and you're a fucking burden on society.
When
you know
someone
what
has to
I'm saying?
wipe my ass, I'll sign that shit.
No, I mean you got. I mean we're 2024. Bidets are becoming more popular.
That's
you
what
know
I'm
they're gonna
saying.
wash your ass.
Al Pacino
That's
doesn't
true,
sign
yeah.
a
You-
do not resuscitate. He signs a fuck, I fucked that up. It was so good. He has a reprocreate.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Rewind. Do not resuscitate,
Al
reprocreate.
Pacino doesn't have a do not resuscitate. He has a reprocreate.
Clause in his fucking thing. That homeboy dropping
Who
bombs
was
at
it?
70.
Who was it? What's up, man? Who was it that
Best Hunt.
recently said that they're gonna freeze their brain? Not recently, but it was like 7-8 years ago.
Was it Jeff?
Oh,
Jeff Bezos?
No,
not sure, man.
I think it's this old dude that does a bunch of like talk shows and stuff like that.
Howard Stern?
No. Damn. I think it was on the Howard Stern show.
People known to have arranged for cryonics upon death include PayPal founders Luke Nosek and Peter Thiel. Oxford transhumanists Nick Bostrom and Anders Sandsberg, humanist philosopher David Pierce.
That
Larry
first article
King-
says what famous people want to do it.
Larry King once arranged for
I think it's Larry
cryonics.
King. Larry King is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Well, Larry King is bro. Like isn't he like 80 some?
I don't know, but he's
Larry
old as fuck.
King is old as fuck,
And
bro.
he's
I
been
thought
old
he-
as fuck
I
for
thought
a
he-
long
Larry
time.
King done seen World War One, World War Two, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, all of it. Yeah. Homeboy is right there with age.
He
What is
passed away in 2021.
Oh.
Oh shit! No, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
you
Well,
guys
he
missed it.
was old as shit.
It
I
was-
guess.
He
it-
was old as shit. I swear, I still see shit of him on social
Homeboy
media.
was damn near 90 years old. Look at that shit. He was shy of what?
I
12
still
years
see
shy
stuff
of 90?
him on social media.
No,
I
so he
thought was
died at
still alive.
78? What?
87.
87.
87.
Yeah, 87. Damn, my math was way off on that one.
Flip the numbers, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going off 100, but then divided it by 90.
He aged
Yeah,
very
the
well.
first day of class was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, like I said, the most of the class, not most of it, but I was the one who definitely talked the most,
Yeah.
just because, like, we went into business ideas and all this stuff. So I definitely did the most yapping, and then I even got to the
Larry
point.
Kingdom. What's the podcast about? Larry Kingdom? No, it's just Larry Kingdom is one of the topics we're talking about.
It
but
got
yeah-
to a point where she even told me, like, "All right, you don't have to answer any more questions. I've
I've
done
had
what
enough
you
of your
yeah,
shit."
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But on one of those, it was funny because she asked a question after I had stopped talking. She asked another question, and she looks at me and goes, "Don't worry, you don't have to. Don't worry, you don't need to answer. Let someone else answer. I've like,
Oh, so you're that kid. Oh, yeah, you behave. I'll be roasting you too.
yeah,
If
I
you're
would
that
roast me
kid,
too. But
yeah.
I didn't. I mean, someone's got to answer the fucking question after 2 minutes of silence, bro.
Let the silence be, bro. Awkward silence is good. Yeah, bro, especially in the classroom.
Especially when she's looking around and she looks in your eyes every once in a while, like, "What you got to say, motherfucker? I'm gonna say what I have to say, bro."
Yeah, I guess.
And on one of those, when she had just told me, "Don't worry, you don't have to answer," that silence went 2 minutes.
Eddie feels like he
2
just got
minutes. And I
Oh,
was like, I gotta break.
Talking
this.
about silence, we
I
didn't
gotta
have
help the boys out. Like,
we didn't have any silence today on the mats. Like 30 kids. 30
Kids?
well, the kids program, right? 30
Uh,
kids on a mat, and then after that we had the grown-up class, 20 some deep.
I saw that.
Mats were full.
Nice, man.
Kickboxing on the other side, full. Jalen Turner was there fighting. Jalen Turner was training with Coach Sunshine, Dorian Price.
Spit it out, Junior.
Yeah. It was good, man. It
That's
was a
what I'm
good
telling
day.
you, bro. He tries to talk too quick for his own good.
Own thoughts, yeah.
He said he was training.
He wants to, he wants to talk just like the podcast that he listens to.
Yeah, bro. I swear that's what it is. The
That's
book
how
and
he- that's
podcast,
how
bro.
fast he wants to talk.
Yeah, I don't spit it out because my mind is on question number 5. You know what I mean?
You need to start listening to shit at one speed, bro.
Nah, bro, it's boring. Takes
It's
too
messing
long.
with your vocab.
It's taking
skills,
too
brother.
long, dog. Taking too
I
long.
can't. Like listening to shit faster, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't like it. I can do 1.25 if I'm trying to get some quick info.
If I want to
That's
get the
weak.
if I want to get knowledge specifically and zero entertainment out of it, maybe.
Well, no. So when I'm getting knowledge, that's when I'd lower it to 1 because I want to hear every word they're saying. But if it's just entertainment shit, run that.
Nah,
Wow.
Run that. I don't give a shit.
You're
Run
The
that.
knowledge I'm there to I can focus and sit and pick up quick.
Nah, man. I
right?
want to listen to every word and completely understand the sentences and how they're
Your
what they're
brain
talking
works
about.
in mysterious ways.
It does.
I don't know. I mean, even when I listen to the Goggins books, like I still listen to those at normal speed.
Nah, his books I listen to too. Majority of the time, it talks about him being in a navy and doing his Navy SEAL shit.
A lot of it is that. But I
Dude,
mean,
what, how
his
how
book
fucked
is
up would
really
it
good.
be if you were in a Shane Gillis situation where your girlfriend's ex is a Navy SEAL?
How fucked up would that be?
Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't be fucked up.
You can't compete
Compete with what?
with a Navy SEAL.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, you know how I look at social dynamics between women and men. If she's no longer with this guy and she's with me, because you have to understand, like with girls, they compare you to all their ex-boyfriends they have had in their lives. So you had to hit some sort of a level for them to like, okay, I want to
I've
date
seen
this
guys
guy.
do that.
Yeah,
too.
but then
I
if you
I feel
compare
people in
yourself,
their
right?
previous relationships
Yeah.
are gonna do that.
If
Yeah.
if you do compare yourself to the guy,
Why
'cause
would you compare yourself to the guy?
Fuck what the girl's thinking. I'm just talking about like just in a,
But girls
in
don't
a
think
guy.
that
you
way,
can't
yeah.
match that aura, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but girls don't think that way, so I wouldn't compare myself to that guy. I would compare myself in the sense like, okay, what attracts women towards the guys? And if I have the attraction factors, that means I'm better than that guy,
Um,
period.
I think the way to think about that, Mickey, is like for sure you're always gonna have that thought. But what helps me is to think, well, I'm the one piping now, so
That's true. That's true.
That's the whole thing.
It's the
you
whole.
can always remind yourself of that, bro.
It's a whole theoretical. It's a whole theoretical.
You'll leave the thought a little happier. You know what I mean?
It's like, the girl goes out, let's say Bad Bunny, and he smashes her, right? Do you think she's not gonna compare you to Bad Bunny if she's dating you? Like you most likely, like it's just like taking right now Beyonce and saying they get a divorce. Who's she gonna marry? Who's she gonna be with? Who else is on
Well,
Jay-Z
I've
level?
been seeing something that's very progressive, and I love this. You know, we got girls like Nicki Minaj paying for their baby daddy. You know,
Yeah.
you got who else you got paying for their baby daddy? I think Lotto.
Well, they have to, right? Because they make more money. So, according to the courts, they owe
But
them money.
I love
Britney
that.
Spears is
I
another
love
one.
That. I love that.
Britney Spears is
Love
another
to see
one.
that. I love to see
Yeah.
that.
Well, I was actually listening
He
to
said,
this
make
lawyer.
them bitches pay.
Yeah, I was listening to this lawyer. He's probably one of the most famous divorce lawyers out there, and he was saying anytime he gets women that make more money, and they're like, "Well, by the way, if you get a divorce, you're gonna have to pay him alimony." She's like, "What do you mean? Isn't that a guy's job?" No, bitch. You make more money, you pay the alimony. That's how it works. You know. Hey, what?
Patience is not passive. On the contrary, it is concentrated strength. Bruce Lee.
I don't know what he means by this. What is he? Which part?
I don't know.
Which part, Alex? Which part are you talking about? We're a little bit confused on this.
Just like Bruce Lee said,
Yeah, be water.
no way is way.
There's a way and there's a fucking way.
No, the quote is something like that. He has a quote that's like.
Did I tell you the quote? I found the quote that I was telling you about.
What?
I couldn't fucking go to sleep without finding that fucking thing.
So you
When
spend
was
hours
this?
finding the
What
quote.
was this? What quote
Yeah,
was this?
like Mickey, you can't just jump in with something we don't know which time you're talking
I
about.
feel like I
Like,
remember
On our
but at
car
the
ride
same time,
home,
don't.
I was telling you about this quote that I heard that I thought was
Oh,
really,
yeah,
was
there you
really
go.
good quote. And the quote is, "Stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough."
I've heard that. Yeah.
Saul
talking
Goodman.
about
I don't know who
business
Saul Goodman is, but what kind of lawyer he is. He could be a very good lawyer,
Is it-
criminal lawyer, but we're talking about
Better
divorce
call
court lawyer.
Saul.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Saul
Oh,
Goodman the guy
so
from Breaking Bad?
yeah. Oh, Better Call Saul. Is that what you're talking about? That's a good one. I didn't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Good one. Nice switcheroo there. Good one. Got me.
Jay doesn't know pop culture like that.
No, Jay doesn't follow any of the shit. Like I don't watch any
He
of
also
the
didn't
shows.
grow
I
up
don't-
How can you follow something when you're listening to it at 2 times?
No, I can I can follow those things like the books I listen to, the podcasts I listen
No,
to.
I
I
mean,
can tell you
another
exactly
thing
what's
is
going
you
on. I
didn't
just
gr- you
don't
didn't grow up
don't
here.
follow the entertainment like
You
most.
came here at the age of 18.
Yeah, yeah, like some of the cartoons that were. What was the cartoon of this little kid with a little fucked up Christmas tree?
The Grinch?
No,
What
no,
are you
no,
talking
it's like a
about?
little cartoon kid with a fucked up Christmas tree. He's pretty popular. I don't even know the name, but it was a big thing in
Are you
United
talking
States.
about the cartoon with the kid who has an oval head?
Yeah, yeah, that.
Are you talking about Stewie?
No, that's Family Guy. I know that.
Or you're talking about
That It's not that far
What's
removed.
He's talking about the cartoon with the dog.
Brother, you have not narrowed it down by
Oh,
much.
Peruana comes in. Best quote. Loving life. Yeah, we'll be in 2 weeks.
How long are you guys going for?
The weekend, Friday through Monday. No, dude, the cartoon I'm talking about. It's this Christmas tree that looks barren almost, and he has a little one toy at the very top, and he just kind of leans over. You just do a
like how many you
cartoon
want.
kid and a Christmas tree. Old cartoon kid and Snoopy? No, bro.
What's the one that is with Snoopy?
It
No,
doesn't have a
it's not.
dog in it. Maybe it has a dog. I don't know.
You
Isn't
said
it
it
called
had
like Peanut or something like that?
They're gonna give you peanuts,
No,
really,
Peanut.
bro.
The
Bro.
series cartoon.
cartoon.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, the kid looks kind of like
Yes.
this. Yeah, kid looks kind of like this. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Talking about this guy. I forgot
I
what his
can't
name
forget.
is.
I forgot his name. He always fucking goes to kick the football, and that bitch moves it. You know what I'm
Caillou.
talking about?
Is it
Miggy?
Caillou?
No, Caillou is different.
That's a
Caillou's-
different one.
Caillou's
God.
another bald-headed ass
God.
nigga, bro.
Scooby-Doo.
It's
Mike
a
Ross.
different bald-headed
No, it's not
cartoon, bro.
Scooby Doo, Mike. No, look up kid and a Christmas tree. Look,
Bro,
look that
Kid?
there's every single cartoon has a Christmas version.
Yeah.
Christmas, like a fucked up Christmas tree. Put that in.
Fucked up Christmas
Kid
tree.
and fucked up Christmas tree. Let's see what this pops up.
Yeah,
See Google AI work. its magic.
cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yeah, give me images.
Give me images. All right.
This is a shitty description I just gave everyone. No, that's not it.
Yeah, we're
I don't
not.
know.
We're not gonna find this.
Good luck.
Anyway, that's not the point. The point is you're right. I never really followed like MTV Cribs or any of that
Charlie
shit, right?
Brown. That
Charlie
was-
Brown, that's it.
We just looked at him. Yeah, you said that it could have been him.
Yeah. Charlie Brown, that's it. Dude, Charlie Brown and his Christmas tree. Tell me that Christmas tree not fucked up. Look at the images. This is a good actually picture of that Christmas tree. There's another one that's completely fucked up. Nah, these are pretty good pictures. Yeah, that right there. That's a fucked up Christmas tree, bro.
Oh shit. So let's see if we can finally get into this conversation before we get too late. So Mickey, what are your favorite kinds of pictures to take? Like, what is your favorite thing to be your subject?
I like portrait.
Thanks, chat. You got it. They came through.
But like,
Charlie
if you had
Brown.
to take one kind of picture of one subject for the rest of your life, like let's say it's nature, landscapes. Let's say it's animals.
Street photography.
That's
Street
still
photography.
still too broad. Give me something a little more
Portraiture.
portraits. Okay. And
Of people like
and
in
more
action.
like off guard stuff when it comes to the street photography aspect versus like
I don't like.
studio street photography or studio portrait photography kind of thing.
I wait. Repeat that question again.
Are you saying more when you're saying portrait photography? Are you saying like setting up a studio and taking portraits of people, or you're saying like being on the street and getting off guard to people
Being-
walking by and just
Being
that?
on the street because I like natural sunlight a lot more than studio lighting.
Okay.
Wait, you like natural sunlight versus like actually taking pictures before sunset and before
It
sunrise?
creates a really
Yes.
cool natural
Yeah?
like effect.
Because they're saying
with the
that's the
lighting.
best time to take pictures is before sunrise and right.
Well, yeah, because
right
before
sunset.
before and after, you're gonna get those effects to its maximum.
You get the golden hour effect during sunrise and during sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as the day goes on, that effect going out as not completely, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
the
but then
sun's still
don't
there.
you mess with your exposures and stuff like that at that point?
No, I mean you drop the ISO and
You just expose it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because that was my thing, and another thing I understand about photography is like once you pick a style that you like, and that's basically what it's gonna be really at the end of the day. Like there's no like, okay, well you should like take pictures this way or that way. Like
yeah.
there's black and white shit. There's like underexposed, overexposed, filtered, this and that. Once you pick one and then you just kind of go with that, and that's your style of
I don't
taking
know.
pictures.
I think the coolest thing is for me. I really like taking pictures of people. Now,
Yeah.
of course, cars is fun because I'm a big car fan, and so like for example, we went to that car show and I have a bunch of those pictures. Like even to this day, when I look back at them, I'm like, damn, these are nice. Like and especially knowing that you did it, it's because I'm a big fan of cars.
Like I
but
like some pictures that
pictures of
Miggy's
people.
taken, like when he catches you off guard and you're
Yeah.
like laughing or being
Yeah.
in like a moment. That's
And
those
that's
are pretty
actually
cool.
something I was talking to. I forgot who it was about the other day. That's something that I kind of like about pictures is the story is up for interpretation between everyone's eyes a little differently. Versus the
Yeah,
video tells you the story, everyone kind of saw the same exact thing.
yeah.
Pictures are a little different. I feel like me and Miggy can look at the same picture and get different interpretations.
You
From
know
it.
what?
Versus
Pictures.
if we watch a video together, we're gonna watch the same exact fucking video, hear the same thing, and it's not gonna be as in depth because you're not gonna watch it frame by frame and look at little shit. You know what I mean?
Like
So
videos are more like reading a book, where pictures are like reading a poem. It's like very open to interpretation because
Yeah, I like that actually.
that's a good
You know what I
that's a
mean?
good comparison. I like pictures for that reason, and it's funny because I thought I was gonna like videos more, and then I think I like the pictures more, to be honest with you.
Oh, talking about this, guys, I want to switch up a little bit too. Did we talk about Elon Musk's robots at $22,000 or whatever?
Oh, that's what they're selling for.
Yeah, they're 20 grand.
We talked about it.
But
We
we
talked
didn't
about
know
it
how
again.
much they were. I didn't know they were
They're,
out.
they're
like
20
that.
grand. Yeah, I think
I've been
he's
seeing a
paying
lot of
20
memes.
20 plus, a little bit over. Yeah, yeah, there are a lot of memes. Yeah,
I love my favorite one is I saw one today because even the fishing guys are getting on this and using the robots as material.
yeah. So these are the new taxis. Actually, go back up. These
Yeah,
are new
they-
self-driving
Oh,
taxis
that's
that
the taxi. No,
well, no, that's not a
the
taxi.
new
That's like a
Roadster.
roadster type of deal. But then he created the taxis as well and the minivans.
So I keep seeing these memes, and the best one to me was this guy. He walks over with all his fishing poles and he throws them on the bed of the truck. And he goes, "Listen, man, you gotta tie all these up." And the robot back talks to him. He's like, "Man, if you don't get these lures tied in like 10 minutes, I'm gonna shut your ass down."
There was another one where it's like, once I buy my Elon Musk robot, and my Elon Musk robot, after I hand him the paper and the weed to roll it for the 100th time for the day, and the robot is just kind of like looking at him. It was pretty funny.
I saw another one where he's like, me setting my $20,000 Tesla robot 20 feet under to get that lure I lost.
You think they're gonna be IP whatever rated?
They have to be. Telling me when it's sprinkling outside, I can't take my $22,000 robot.
So
Come
how
on,
you
bro.
gonna
That motherfucker better dive.
are you gonna walk
Like-
it on a leash? How are you gonna take this thing out there?
Walking on a leash.
Yeah, but like, what is it gonna
What-
follow
you
you like it's a
what is
drone?
it?
You
What
gotta
is this,
control it.
bestiality, Jay? What are you trying
No,
to
like,
be-
what are you gonna have a little,
on
like
a
a little?
robot?
You're just
little-
pulling on the leash like, no, robot. No.
Yeah, no, stop sniffing at the robot ass. No, come
I'm
here.
barking.
Yes, stop barking. But like, what are you gonna have? Like, how these drones now have this little device that you attach to you, and it just kind of follows you everywhere. Like, how are you gonna make it follow you?
I'd assume it's gonna be voice controlled mostly,
Yeah,
right? Through AI, just kind of having a conversation with it in that sense.
yeah.
But that also would make me think, like, how does it know it's your voice? Like, how well is this like vocal
Yeah,
recognition gonna
Siri
be to
don't.
where?
Siri's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I can say, "Hey Siri," and most of our phones will go off.
Yeah.
Like, it's just as simple.
I
as it
say,
is.
"Hey Siri," mine doesn't.
So that I don't know how good
Have you
that's gonna
tried
be.
recalibrating it?
Nah, I haven't done that. That's the next thing, but I've been lazy about it.
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know. I guess in Best Buy, when you're talking about Series and phones, I didn't know this because in Best Buy, apparently, if you buy the screen protector, you don't have to have them installed. You just do it on your own. You still get that unlimited warranty, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. I thought they had to install it, and they're like,
No.
"Well, it's $8 to install." I was like, "Motherfucker, do it my own. Can I get still?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's all."
But
I'm
you
like,
know what's
"Yeah."
something nice though, if you don't feel like ever doing it, let's say like
Yeah,
for me, I not that I ever pay for it because I always just text one of my boys to see if he's there, and when he goes, he installs it. And even if he didn't install it, I wouldn't care. I worked in the cell phone area,
Yeah.
like that's cake to me.
why don't you do it, man? How many of them you've done installed by now?
The thing is when I go, I'm like talking with him, hanging out, and then I'll tell him, "Hey, I need to do the swap," and he'll be like, "You want me to install it for you?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" He does it perfectly, just as perfect as I do. But what was I gonna say? When you pay for the install, like say you're a normal customer, go in, you pay for the install, you only have to pay for it once. Meaning every time you go to swap it out after that,
Oh, I gotcha. No, that makes sense.
they can go
Okay.
back and look that you already paid for the install once.
Okay,
and
okay,
you
that makes
get
sense.
it done. So I mean, in that sense, you kind of relieve yourself of that pressure of getting it right every single time by
Yeah.
only paying the $8 or $12, whatever it is, one
Yeah,
time.
and if they fuck it up, they just come and grab
And if
another
they
one.
fuck it
replace
up, they
yeah.
come and grab another one, and they'll swap it out as many times as they have to until they do it perfect.
Well, how much? Like, here's the question:
And like that shit can
how
have
much-
a small piece of dust, and you can be like, "Hey, homie,
Yeah.
Get that
But
done.
how much do they get these screen protectors for to be able to do that?
Well,
Because you know some people abuse the shit out of
I
that.
don't know if we're allowed to say that stuff
For the low.
for the
For the Lolo,
Me-
I got it for a low,
Yeah.
low.
Stuff like let's just put it this way: there's certain items that Best Buy makes almost no money on,
Just like any
And certain
just
items
like
they
any
make hella
fucking
money
and
on.
there's
business.
certain items they make hella money on.
Just
Which
like
is kind of smart.
just like any business, the gas stations use gas to bring customers, although they don't really make much money. But then they have customers that buy a bunch of snacks, and boom, they make profit.
You
Best
know,
Buy does the same thing. They get
talking
things
about
like big
profits,
Like
electronics.
they talked about a chicken in Publix. Like the chicken's cheap enough that
Yeah.
Publix doesn't make no money, but you come in not for just chicken, you buy
Oreos.
well, that's the whole
Oreos.
thing with Costco, right? You
Soda,
go in
whatever.
there, Costco, to buy a chicken. The rotisserie chicken is $6, but when you look at the price of the chicken, it's like 8, 9. So how do you make the cooked for $6, but you make that one 8, 9, right? And then talking about that, most of the like high end brands, they'll make most of their money off glasses, belts, and wallets. That's where their most of the profit comes through.
Hmm.
That's crazy to me. And Best Buy probably took the same idea. Well, let's sell this case that we bought for $1, or let's shield for that we bought for $1, and sell it for 40. You know what I mean? So you never really,
Yeah, but then you have like, for example, Best Buy, they sell a lot of high end like uh high end brands like you would see, for example,
yeah, ain't making shit on that.
like not high end, but let me say like high ticket items in the technology world, like iPhones,
Oh, some
tablets,
of those
laptops,
TVs, you know what I mean?
the really nice TVs, Nintendo Switches, stuff like that they don't make no money on.
Yeah.
Zero.
That
Like-
mean that makes me feel good when going buying something like that. Then I know I'm not getting screwed down that much.
No, you're not getting screwed by Best Buy. You're getting screwed by
By the
But
actual
the manufacturer, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, somebody did the numbers. So for example, iPhone, right? If we were producing iPhone in the United States, it like Pro Max or whatever, it would cost us $2,500 to produce it. It would cost us to buy it for $2,500 for them to make the same profit margin as they're making right now.
But if it makes you feel any better, you could buy their open boxes and get a really good deal on something that's barely been used or touched.
Never touched, yeah. Yeah, no, I've done that. Like, matter of fact, I think I bought my DSLR camera as an open box, and I paid like $400 less than what
Best
it
Buy
was
is
supposed to.
hilarious because like today I saw it because I went over there for something
Yeah, I went over there
and
today, too.
literally saw it today. You can go in. Let's say you buy an open box item, a TV, right? And you take that TV home, and that bitch don't work, and you come in back to Best Buy. By the rules, they're supposed to say, okay, you paid this much for this TV, you can have that much back, right, for like a refund, or you can use that money credited towards another TV. If you can bitch and complain enough,
They give you the whole brand new
they'll
TV
give you a brand new whole new
for
TV
that price.
for that same
God
price.
damn. Now see, this is
I
the
saw
shit.
it happening today, and I worked my fair share enough of customer service to watch that shit happen when I was working there back in the day.
So this happened to me today actually. This person was asking for information. I'm not gonna mention where, why, how, and wasn't asking me. I just overheard. And then they complain how they might not have that much money to pay for the item, and if they can get a discount to get it for cheaper. And to me, I right away thought about it. I was like, motherfucker, when you go to Publix or a gas station, do you ask for discount for bread and gas? Do you ask discount for candy? The vegetables? Like, what in what world makes this okay
shit-
for you to come in and ask for a fucking discount when the price is already there?
That shit was funny because
And it's not that like, hey, do you have discounts on this if they have like some sort of a promotion and you get the discount, which is fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about them literally after you telling them this is the price, there's no promotions, will make it cheaper anyway.
so me and Miguel were having a conversation with our owner the other day about how when he's gone to talk to leads and prospects for the company, that when he presents his price and the customer goes, oh man, that's kind of expensive
Steep, yeah.
or whatever. Like he's never gonna counteract and be like, all right, well let's see if I can do it for this price. He'll never do that.
Yeah.
He's gonna,
That's the
Okay.
price. Yeah.
oh, it's too expensive. All right,
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Like,
that's right.
like if you deliver results, you can have whatever price you want. If you want a mediocre result and shit product, then you get the cheaper one. Like, I'm sure, like, I don't know. Let's talk about some Chinese product, right? That's just gonna break like a Chinese toy. It's gonna fucking break. And then you go out there and buy those Hot Wheels that are made of cast iron, and like those things are actually gonna last versus buying a little Chinese toy,
I
plastic
think they're
toy.
both made in China, but I
They
get what you're
are.
saying.
You know what I'm talking about? Like you
They're
pay.
made at a different factory.
Yeah. Do you
one's
pay for
made
what you
one's
get?
made in sweatshops. The other one's made at the Hot Wheels factory.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, it's like, come on, man. Like, this is the price for the product. There's a reason why this is the price for the product. What you want me to lose money so you can use my product? How does this make sense to you? There, there is no Black Friday sale on this thing. There is no, like, even if there was, then you gotta wait
And
for
then
Black
I
Friday
feel
for
like
that.
I feel like there's just a negative effect on like kind of like your reputation in the sense when
Yeah.
you come to someone and say, "Hey, man, let me do this for you for $5,000." Okay, cool. And then you come back like, "Man, I don't know if I can really do it at 5,000." And I'm like, "You know what, man? Forget it. I'll do it for you for 2,500."
Yeah, now they
And
feel
then
like
and you're
what
like,
the fuck, motherfuckers? Why were you giving? Yeah.
"Why were you charging me so much in the first place when you could?" Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's like when you're being desperate for something, you really want to get it, and you just give him whatever, the house and everything, just to have him. Like sometimes you gotta cut your losses. Like
Yeah.
I understand this is something big, we want this, but it doesn't fit our budget. Like we're not gonna get it.
Mhm.
Sorry, you know what I mean? And we're not gonna sell it for that. I
I
don't
hate
know,
it.
man.
I hate it when I get like salesmen at my door, and then you tell them that you're not interested, and then they're like, okay, cool, let me battle this objection, and
Well, that's
you
the thing. They teach them how
yeah.
to do that, right?
So,
So that's part
but
of it.
then you're also taught to do that in many other jobs, so
Yeah.
you kind of get an idea of what's going on. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, I beat your first objection. What you got now? All right, I beat your second one. Like, what you got now? And that shit's annoying because it gets to a point. I've had it happen to where I've got to like the fourth objection, and I'm like, bro, I'm just not interested. I shook the guy's
See,
hand and I walked away.
when you're working in sales like that and it's like a commission based job when you actually really care to make that sale, think of it as like a jujitsu match, Miggy, right? Like you're in that role, right? And he sweeps you, right? Then you got 4 minutes left, bro. Are you just gonna stay on your back? No, you're gonna try and get back up, right? So it's the same thing when that person tells you, like, man, I don't know if I'm really interested. He just swept you. He didn't tap you. You know what I mean? We're still talking. You're still in front of me. You know what I mean? So I'm not taking the loss right there. I'm not walking away. And so that's the mentality you adapt as a salesperson, right? Until that motherfucker's like, all right, man, I'm good.
But
I have a good
I
day.
gotta go,
I'm not
bro.
stopping. I'm not stopping until you
But-
tell me goodbye. I'm not stopping.
but
And
if
even
it-
that, when you're walking out the door, I'm gonna remind you.
In
what
my
you're missing out on.
situation,
You know what I mean?
In
Like,
my situation,
ABC, always be closing as a
for a
salesman.
little bit of context, I have solar panels.
They sold
the
your
guy-
ass,
The guy wanted to add more solar panels, and I'm like, I don't need more solar panels. And he started asking more questions about, okay, what's your energy consumption like? And I'm like, this is it. Oh, we could make it lower. Okay, but I don't need panels. And then he just kept on going for like 4 or 5 more questions. I'm just like, I can't do this. I gotta go, bro. See ya.
Yeah, see, like what Alex said, it will be harder to enforce by the way they just made it illegal to buy fake reviews for products, services, and companies. I don't think they're gonna be enforcing that at all. I think they're gonna have that as a trump card in their back pocket, and they're gonna pull that shit out when they want to put you down. That's gonna be like the Al Capone's that he got popped for
The
tax
Rico?
evasion.
Rico.
Or Rico, that's what that's gonna be like, right? Well, Rico is a little bit different, but I
Rico's
think
pretty tough though.
Al Capone, they try to get him in jail for like the prostitution, illegal booze, none of that, guns and all that shit, murders. They couldn't do it. They got him with tax evasion, right? So that's what this is gonna be. They're not gonna be able to get you a bunch of shit, but then they're gonna pull out the trump card, like, oh, we're gonna get you for fake reviews, and we know those are fake reviews, because now there's not, bro. You remember when
I don't know
about
about
a
that,
year?
Jay. I feel like you're gonna have those Karens that are gonna know about this shit, right? And they're gonna go to a place
Mhm.
and get a bad experience, and they're gonna be like, man, but I read all these good reviews and I saw
Yeah.
this, and some of those Karens are gonna go to that extent.
Yeah, some of the Karens will go, but then you're gonna need a lot of Karens to get the case out of
Yeah,
this.
and you need
know what I
money.
mean? Yeah, you need money, and like, I don't know if that's gonna be really a big deal.
I hope it does something. I would hope so.
Because right now, I mean, you remember a couple of years ago where Instagram like kind of just went over and did a mass get rid of the bots and stuff like that. Bunch of celebrities, they wanted to get rid of their accounts because overnight they lost like 10 million followers that were actual bots, and they were pissed about that. So I mean, they're bot farms right now. You can go there and just get the Chinese fake accounts that like flood your comments and things like that on your Instagram, and whether it's your service or whatever, So
You know, Jay, I just realized today we're matching.
yeah, we are. I knew what you were
I
gonna
didn't-
wear. It's that connection. You know what I'm saying? That jujitsu
All right, I think we
connection.
can wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate some new people in the chat today. We hope you guys join us on Thursday. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. guys. Usually a little later than that, like 9:15, but it's supposed to be 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, official shout out to our sponsors, UFC Gym Largo in Pinellas Park, and then Vitality Wellness Centers. Go check those things out, guys, if you're in the Tampa Bay area. Besides that, like, comment, subscribe. We'll
Yeah,
catch you
guys,
on
and if you
Thursday.
do come into the gyms, make sure you mention our names so we can meet you in person and shake your hands and whatever. The classes are getting full, man. People are having fun. And you know what I noticed? I know we're closing out. What I noticed is jiu-jitsu classes and kickboxing classes, people stick around and shoot the shit. They chat. They're having like a bonding moment. And then you'll look around to the other side of the gym where everybody just kind of works out and they're like zombies from one machine to another machine. Very boring. Like I'm glad I kind of like
I
stopped
don't
doing
know.
all
I
that.
wouldn't say it's boring. I think everyone has their thing.
Maybe.
But yeah. See you guys at the gym. And besides that, yeah, we'll catch you on Thursday, 9